Okay, so today we have Dance This Mess Around by the B-52's. I have not reacted to the band since March of last year. I reacted to Give Me Back My Man, which of course had Cindy Wilson on lead vocals, and people said, if you like Cindy Wilson's vocals, you gotta react to Dance This Mess Around. So we're gonna get into this. I did do a review of their song Rock Lobster last September, but that's a song that I have heard, so I have not listened to anything new from them to me, and since a year and a half ago. So let's get into this, talk about it after. Dance This Mess Around, 4.5 minutes long, just the audio here, the song. Let's go. No video. It's hypnotic.
Remember when you held my hand? Say, remember when you were my man? Walk, talk in the name of love. Before you break my heart, I dance on over. Roll it over in your mind. Why don't you dance with me? I'm not no limburger.
Oh.
Why don't you dance with me? I'm not no limburger.
Oh my god. Just a limburger. My god. Wait, is it over? I got. I was into it, man. 4.5 minutes. It's done. Okay. Dance This Mess Around by the B-52's. If I start sweating by the end of this and my glasses are foggy, I apologize, but the room is warm. It's summertime. What are you going to do? Anyway, Dance This Mess Around. I guess so. This, I love the B-52's. I don't know what else to say at the top. I like it. Did say at the top. When I reacted to Give Me Back My Man, and I said, my God, I love Cindy Wilson's vocals, and people said, you like that? Listen to this. And I'm glad I did, because she was intense as hell here. She was angry, and she's intense and angry on the other one. But on this one, she's even more. She's even more so intense and angry. And what I love about them is she's pissed off that this guy won't dance. And and it's just, this is why I love the B-52s, because their problems might not be like everybody else's problems, but she's so mad. And I mean, yes, this guy, whatever, I guess, won't dance. Yeah, she's really, I would say, just fed up with this stale relationship, where she seems to be the only one that's really trying. I mean, all those things come to mind too. But right away, you have the constant beat, I guess you would say, between Keith Strickland, his drumming. This band, everyone talks about how underrated the B-52s are, and you want to talk about, because I talked in my last video about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for a second. You want to talk about a band that should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I think the B-52s should be. I mean, their longevity is just nuts, and the way that they redefine themselves, especially after Ricky passed away, and then they had other hits again with Love Shack and such. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But what I'm trying to say is the constant beat here, and Keith Strickland, and how he was, again, they're underrated, yes, and how every musician in the band is then kind of underrated. And Keith Strickland, I think I said in my last review of Rock Lobster, his timing, his precision, all of that, he's so quick with it too. The way that he would come in with these kind of quick fills that maybe you don't even recognize for a second until it's done, I guess. But I just love his sound. I just love he's very rock solid. He's a very rock solid drummer. And I feel like he doesn't get enough, I guess, he doesn't get his flowers for being such a good drummer as he is. And anyway, so I want to shout him out off the top, I guess. You got Ricky Wilson here too, who I've talked about so many different times. Of course, one of the most underrated guitarists of all time. His way of playing the guitar, the way he had unconventional tunings, the way he played kind of guitar as a bass in a way on some tracks too, and the way that he had those angular kind of sharp, I guess, sounds that would come out of that guitar, and how that's going on here too. And again, just to say that Keith and Ricky really drove the song in a way here, in that way, really drove the beat. And of course, not only did they drive the beat, but then you got Kate Pearson here, who was on synthesizer, I do believe. I mean, I guess I could just look at the personnel here. I mean, what the hell? You got it all up here, Nick. Why not look at it if I could find it? Here we are. Yes, Kate Pearson was on synth, bass, organ, and vocals here. I obviously knew she was on vocals, but yeah, synth, bass, and organ. And she really contributed to the quirky kind of synth sound, which also went along with Fritz Schneider, who was on toy piano. And I thought there was a bit of a, I don't know if I want to say dinky sounding piano or something, but toy piano, which is, again, just goes along with the band being so quirky and being so, I don't know if I want to say weird, but weird in a good way. And anyway, so I just loved how Fred was on toy piano, and you got, as I said, Kate on synth and organ, and how they were creating that that kind of constant that went along great with Ricky and Keith. So anyway, I just loved how there was that beat, that danceable beat, of course, because it's the B-52s. You're gonna have a danceable beat. I mean, my God. And then you got going on to their vocals here, with all the background music kind of done now. The vocals, Cindy fucking Wilson. I mean, I should have brought her up first, I guess, but Cindy Wilson, I kind of did, I guess, but her voice here, I mean, she starts off with the first verse where she's kind of laying things out, setting the tone, talking, about her feelings, I guess you would say. And then you go on, what was it? What would you call it? The chorus, I guess, where she just starts, not even the chorus, because yeah, it's still the first verse. But when she starts to yell and scream, and what I love about it is that it's not just yelling and screaming off beat or off tempo, whatever the hell you want to say. She has a lot of passion. She has a lot of intensity. She has a lot of fire, and again, it's, to me anyway, it sounds good. It sounds good in the way that you can believe everything she's saying. And it goes along great with the song because again, the song is quirky and it's kind of out there in the way that it sounds and all those different things. But then all of us, and it's new wave and whatever, and dance rock, whatever. But then Cindy comes in there with that punk edge. And of course, new wave was derived from punk and all those different things. So there's that kind of punk edge to it there, especially with her vocals, which I didn't really expect to come in. Again, people said, you got to react to this. And I was thinking, well, I mean, I'd imagine she kind of belts out some things at different points, but I didn't really expect her to belt out the way she did. Why don't you dance with me? And she was very serious about that. So that was beautiful. Beautiful in its own way, I guess. I mean, maybe some people, those screaming lines aren't beautiful, but to me it is. And I just loved how she was almost straining her voice. And, that's what the B-52's do too, that's what the band does as well too, especially on vocals, especially from what I've seen from Cindy. They never go halfway. When she screams like this, I mean, I know it's in the studio here, but she's giving it all and going 100% balls to the wall. And I just love it. So anyway, if you're going to scream like that, do it all the way as she did. So there you go there. And also, of course, Fred Schneider and Kate Pearson, who come in there in the choruses, and Fred Schneider with his wacky, would you believe it, zany, almost deadpan voice. And I just love, and that's how I first fell in love with the band. I only knew a few of their songs, but I only knew of Fred Schneider as a vocalist. And then of course, as I delve deeper into them here and find out that, my God, Kate Pearson and Cindy Wilson could sing too. And I do believe Kate and Cindy wrote the lyrics to the song as well. So anyway, they were all just geniuses. But either way, I've loved Fred's wacky voice. And how he, and then Kate as well. Kate had more of a kind of a straightforward voice, but she's just as out there and as high pitched and all those different things as like Cindy, I would say. So, and then how they were all playing together, how they were all playing off of each other vocally, and and saying and asking questions, and then Cindy would answer back and all those different things. And anyway, or Cindy would ask questions, but it's just crazy. It was just what a riot to listen to, and very much something where I feel like they really play to the listener, and they really want the listener to be into their music, and they were thinking about that even way back here in 1979 when they put this out, I do believe. So yeah, July 6, 1979, from their debut album, I do believe. So anyway, it was just a lot of fun to listen to and to get into. Holy crap. So we go into to the lyrics now, I guess. What the hell? First verse, of course, with Cindy Wilson. Remember when you held my hand? And it's just funny now to look back on this because you're like, my God, we know she's going to fly off the handle here for good reason. The guy wouldn't dance with her. So right at the bell, remember when you wouldn't hold my hand? She was holding that grudge. Say, remember when you were my man? Oh my goodness gracious. When you were my man, of course, automatically I think of, Give Me Back My Man. Walk, talk in the name of love before you break my heart. Think it over, roll it over in your mind. And I do know too, there was obviously a lot of different references to dances here. There's a lot of different references to songs, and I did see here, as I usually kind of do, with an annotation. Sometimes I talk about the annotations from genius.com here, and I want to do that right now because it does say some of these lyrics here are a direct reference from the Supremes' classic 1965 single Stop in the Name of Love. And of course too, there's some 60s kind of retro vibes to the sound of the song as well, so that all fits in very perfectly too. And with the I guess maybe the organ or what Kate was doing here at different points too, did remind me in a way, it reminded me of the same tone as like Ray Manzarek from The Doors. I don't know what song I'm thinking of, but just that late 60s kind of vibe. Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of a retro feel here, which was what the B-52's were kind of all about. Anyway, why don't you dance with me? And then we go in. I'm not no limburger. And of course, limburger is a type of cheese that stinks. And it's just so, again, I just love their comparisons. I'm not no cheese. I don't stink. Why don't you dance with me? It's just, oh my God. I'm not no limburger. And the way she pronounced, not no limburger, just a limburger, just a limburger, just a limburger, just a limburger. And to me, I mean, just a limburger almost sounds like a limber girl. So I'm just a limber girl who wants to friggin' dance, and you're not going to do it. But to you, I just seem to be like a limburger because I stink or something. Then we go into the chorus with Fred, Kate, and Cindy, of course. Dance this mess around, round, 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 round. And I feel like that's pretty straightforward. Dance this mess around. They want to dance. She wants to dance this mess around. And of course, this relationship kind of seems to be a mess. And maybe dancing together would repair some things. Everybody goes to parties. I'd imagine this band did back then. They dance this mess around. Well, they do all 16 dances. They do, and then this is again what I love about the band. They do these dances, and they're just, then they go into the dances, and they say the dances, and they say these weird sayings, or whatever the hell. These weird, maybe, names of dances that people have maybe forgot about at this point in 79, but they're bringing it back. They do the Shugaloo, they do the Shy Tuna, and they do the Camel Walk, do the Hypocrite, hippie, hippie, forward, hippie, 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 shake. Oh, it's time to do them right. And again, I just love that it's time to do these dances right. The B-52's, Fred, Kate, Cindy, all of them, they're going to show you how to do these dances finally. Say, don't that make you feel a lot better, huh? And again, just the way they're talking back and singing back and forth here is just, it just makes you want to jump around too. It makes you want to have as much fun as they seem to be having. My God, even though again, Cindy seems to be pissed off with this relationship. Say, don't that make you feel a lot better? What do you say? Well, I'm just asking, come on. And the way that Cindy and the rest of them too have so much swagger, and she's just so, like, her voice is so exaggerated in a way too, or just a little yelps, as I mentioned she does at the end of her sentences. I just love it all. I just love the way they all sound. Then we got the bridge here. Shake, oh, bake, shake, oh, bake, shake. Oh, my goodness gracious. Then we got the chorus again. Everybody goes to parties. Much of the same as I said. They reference more dances. Well, they do all 16 dances. They do the Ku Kachu, do the Aqua Velva, do the Dirty Dog, do the Escalator. It's just so fun. And it just gets me excited too, and gets me pumped up to do some fucking dancing. Then you got the outro, the yeah, yeah, yeahs, and the stop, and just the way that they all, at this point again too, played around with each other between, especially with Keith and Ricky, and the way that they would stop, and then they would go back into it. And that's much of a dance right there too. I mean, my goodness gracious. And then the yeah, yeah, yeahs continue on as they dance this mess around. So every B-52's reaction I do, it's just so fun. It's just a bundle of fun for me, and it makes me smile, makes me feel good, makes me feel warm inside, all those different things. And I've probably said this before, but there's no band that I've come across, and I don't know if there's any band in the world like the B-52's, from their style, you know, the hair comes to mind, from their influences, from their retro vibe that they took from, you know, the 50s and 60s, and how they could put all that into a song like this, where it's new wave and it's danceable, and at the same time it's punky. Is funk is a word, and it's raw, and it's aggressive, and it's just no band like the B-52's to me. And anyway, I guess that's all I gotta say. So this was fun. I'm glad people suggested this, and how many times have I said fun in this video? I don't know, but anyway, as I'm sweating now, good Lord, as I said I would. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all those different things. Didn't know what to expect here from Cindy, but she friggin' delivered, and finally listened to the song. What a joy. So thanks for everything. I'll talk to you guys again soon.